Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs and Fuego, where we're documenting the journey of entrepreneurs one digital footprint at a time. David Tyda, my man.
Good to meet you finally.
Yeah, meet you finally. At Arizona Taco Festival. Where the first question people are asking around here is like, all right, great, we have David Tyda with Arizona. Where
they don't care about me, they just care about tacos. Where are the tacos?
Where's the t-shirts and where's the samples,
I know,
man?
exactly.
How you
So
doing, brother?
I should travel everywhere with just a gavel of chefs behind me, you know what I mean? Just, we're serving tacos today, wherever David goes.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, so how long have you been doing this festival?
6 years, so we're going into our 7th year in 2016.
Where does it take place?
Well, it started off in a dirt lot in the middle of Old Town Scottsdale. Now we're out at Salt River Fields, which is where the Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies do their spring training.
Dirt lot sounds a lot like you probably started in Tijuana.
Yeah,
dirt lot,
I
and you
know.
gotta just work yourself.
The idea
get out of the
happened
way.
in Tijuana, a couple bottles of Jose Cuervo.
Bam!
We need some cash, let's throw a festival.
All right, so now where does it take place? In Tempe?
All right, no, it's at Salt River Fields at Indian Bend in the 101.
Oh.
That's in Scottsdale. It's actually on the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. So we partner with the reservation and the gang at Salt River Fields to produce the event. That's how we've gotten it to over 35,000 people.
Oh,
Because my company's just 3 people. We can't throw a 35,000 person event on our
Right.
own. So we got to lean on some people that, can produce something that big.
All right, so whose brainchild was the Arizona? Was it yours? Was it
Yeah, so,
was it a product of a tequila night? How does this happen?
Isn't it? All good ideas are a product of a tequila night, I believe. So
Well, most of them, I guess.
So my good friend and business partner Rick Phillips and I, we 6 years ago we wanted to start a food blog, and that's eateraz.com. And we immediately learned that 2 grown men cannot make a living off of a food blog, right? So we thought we became friends with some guys who compete in barbecue competitions. These
All right.
crazy animals who drive across the country all year long, and they compete for thousands of dollars.
That's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's big money.
That is
big money.
Big money. I mean, that's a whole a cottage industry.
Yeah,
in
it's
itself.
really crazy. It's
Yeah.
really crazy. So we threw a barbecue competition in the
Right.
middle of Old Town Scottsdale.
Right.
It was a hot mess. We planned it for 2,000 people, and over 10,000 people showed up. It was just insane. So the next day, Rick and I are all beat up. We're thinking, we want to do it again. I want to do it tomorrow. What are we going to do? Let's do it with tacos. Lo and behold, nobody 6 years ago had ever thrown a taco festival in the entire country. We were the first taco festival out of the gate.
So that people, wait a minute, so that people realize the gravity of what you're saying is that we're here in Phoenix, Arizona. So, it's kind of not the taco capital of the world, but it's very close.
It's not the taco capital, but when people come into town from anywhere around the country, what's the first question you get? Where are we going to go for tacos?
For tacos, right.
You know, they
Exactly.
just in their minds, this is the home of the taco. Even though it's not, it just sort of has adapted that way.
And nobody had thrown a taco festival.
Right.
And you came in and you go, there's a need
Exactly.
there.
So
All
we
right.
we used the same model as the barbecue thing in that it was a competition for a cash prize. We didn't view it as a culinary festival, it was more of a culinary event. So we built all of these things that were not food related around the event itself. So we had lucha libre wrestling, a Chihuahua beauty pageant. The music ranged from like surf punk to mariachi. Because like we use this catchphrase from beach to barrio because tacos, when you're having a good
classic.
taco,
That's
you're
genius.
either you're eating off a street cart in the middle of Guadalajara,
Yep.
or you're on a beach with a Corona in hand and you know what I
Surfboard.
mean? Totally. So
Yep.
it's like those 2 vibes are the same food. So we try to have that at the festival.
I tell you, you're a freaking genius, dude.
Thanks,
because
man.
that's an amazing concept. Before you did this, nobody had really married that. all
Right, exactly.
From beach to
Exactly.
barrio
So my
concept
business
for
partner and
tacos.
I, we
It's
both
amazing.
have a media background. So
right.
we could sit around all day and just come up with these crazy ideas, but this one just stuck.
How do you promote something like that? Let's talk a little bit about how do you sell that? Because one of the biggest challenges that our entrepreneurs have is, you get the idea, whether it's good or a bad idea, we all, a dime a dozen, right?
Right.
But very few ideas catch on fire like your idea. And it has to do a lot. The concept is great, but if you didn't market it well, if you didn't know how to advertise it well,
Right.
it could have been just, a so-so idea. So
Right.
how did you market something like
Well, a little modesty. I mean, I try not to take too much credit for the marketing because we did land on a good idea. Tacos kind of sell themselves. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I get to rely on earned PR a lot more with this event than I do with some of my other events because, you know, news producers will call and they'll say, I love tacos. I want to put tacos on air. So I'm lucky that way because it's an easy sell. But we still spend about $20,000 for the event to, you know, outdoor billboard campaign, print advertising, radio, TV, you know, just sort of all in. And then we have, you know, a lot of restaurant partners. The people that compete in the taco festival, they have learned that getting behind the event has back-end return on investment for them, real ROI. So if they were to win, let's say, the best chicken taco category, they now put that taco on the menu, they box it out, taco festival winning taco, they will sell the hell out of that taco
Sure.
all year long. So they're making money on the back end, you know, by competing in the event. So back to your question about marketing,
Yeah.
I treat it like a poker game. You're not going to win big unless you play big. So we just go all in. You know, I never say, well, let's do Twitter instead of Instagram. You got to do them both equally. Well, let's do outdoor instead of radio. You got to do them both because people have to see your message consistently. You have to beat them over the head with it, as you know, any good marketer knows.
That is genius, because one of the fallacies I believe that we all have as entrepreneurs is that when we talk about social media, because of the fact that we might not be as educated in social media and the power of what you just said, we might do, all right, let me try Twitter. And
Right.
you try it for a week. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, let me try Instagram. Well, I tried for a couple of weeks. No, it didn't work for me.
Right.
And that's not how the game is played.
Yeah, and you know, I know people that you know, they're experts in social media, and I read this time and again. Is engagement is the biggest factor in this. It's not promoting yourself 100% of the time. That's only a small percentage of it. It's talking to the people themselves and responding to them. So I'll go on a hashtag. I'll just go on hashtag tacos, and I'll follow just some random guy, or I'll respond to somebody that said something that I thought was interesting, and then they'll see, oh wait, a festival just communicated with me. That's kind of a big deal, and so then they'll tell their friends, and they'll tell their friends, and I mean, it's time consuming as hell, but it's obviously worth it. You know what I mean?
And that's a great lesson right now, because your concept is terrific. Obviously, the idea is phenomenal, and you put together this festival. But I think behind that is the sweat, the hard work, and like you said, it's time consuming. So one of the things that we do here at with Entrepreneurs in Fuego is try to glamorize, if you will, the entrepreneurship idea that
Right.
that media has given us, right?
Right.
I mean, here you are. You arrived in your Rolls Royce, and it was something like overnight. I had this great idea. Overnight, I'm a success.
Right.
It don't happen that way.
You know, one thing I would advise any new entrepreneur to never do, or even an entrepreneur that's like halfway through their career, never sit down and ask yourself how many hours you're working on a project and then look at your yearly salary, because I can guarantee you're working for $3 an hour. Because I'm
Right.
putting in so many damn hours, and then I look at my yearly salary, which is just a basic, like, middle of the road salary. I'm making less than minimum wage, but I'm doing what I love, so there's that sort of trade-off. You know?
So absent that short-term financial incentive, what you have is passion for something,
Right.
and that's
Right.
what drives you.
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, I'm making a living off of it, so as long as you can pay your bills, you know. So one of my goals in 2016, I just had lunch with a friend who has built a number of very successful companies and sold them. And his observation to me is that I have not created a business. I've created a job for myself. He thinks I should start looking into creating a business, because I've always just viewed the Taco Festival as this great project. I love it. I love being a part of the food community, a part of the local community. I'm paying my bills. I'm making a little bit of money, but it's not a sustainable thing from a business standpoint. So we have to start thinking about, how do we create the Taco Festival as a standalone business? And that's one of the things I'll be working on this year.
And that's indeed a lot of the challenges that us entrepreneurs have, is how do we duplicate what we have? How do we create that amazing idea? You have 10, 35,000 people going into your festival, and if we were to transplant this into New Mexico, into Austin, into Los Angeles, I mean, what kind of effect?
My
would
business
that have?
partner and I battle with this all the time. He believes that our business that the Taco Festival is scalable and that we can do it in other cities. I'm not so convinced because I know how much work these events take. And I just think if we went into 5 markets right out of the gate, the staff that we would have to hire in order to execute that, it would gobble up any potential income. So he's been trying to look for ways that we can get into other markets, and I mean, I'd love to. I don't get me wrong. I'd love to see Taco Festival. I mean, so when we did this Taco Festival 6 years ago, like I said, we were the first one. There's now close to 20 across the country in just 6 years' time. And you could argue that we're losing market share. I don't know about that because our event still, I'm going to sound a little conceited when I say this, it's the most imaginative because we never rest in terms of our creativity and what we inject into the event. We did a wedding at it 2 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? Like we come up with some funky ideas like that. So we'll never just duplicate the same thing over and over, but I know that scalability is a big key to success.
You were the first one, and it gives you a tremendous advantage because you can always say the first and authentic and genuine Arizona Taco Festival, or
Right.
Taco Festival for that matter.
Right.
When is it, by the way?
It's third weekend in October. So
Oh, right.
this year, I believe it falls on the 15th or 16th.
So no tacos until then. So we're
Yeah.
going to start. What the hell am I going to do?
And the beauty of that weekend is it's still warm, so it's margarita drinking weather, man. I mean, like you can just put them down left and right.
You're my kind of guy, man. You're my
I love
kind of guy, my brother. We're going to be looking for Arizona Taco Festival in October, man. I mean, that's genius. Your marketing, right on.
Thank you.
But I do
Thank you.
believe your partner, that you should listen to your partner on this one, because I'm with him, or her, whoever he is or she is.
Hey, Rick.
He's got the right idea. And with that, we're out.